Hey everyone, Sage Dazzle here with a truth bomb that's going to change how you think about hot tub care forever. You know that slimy feeling on your shower curtain? That pink ring in your bathroom? That's BioFilm, and it's throwing a 24/7 party in your hot tub's plumbing right now. Rocky and I have opened hot tubs that looked clean on the surface but were harboring something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Last month, we serviced a tub where the customer complained about constant rashes and cloudy water despite perfect chemistry readings. When we pulled the filter, it was coated in what appeared to be alien slime. That's biofilm, billions of bacteria living in a fortress they built themselves. Here's what nobody tells you, period. Biofilms are why your sanitizer disappears overnight, why your water gets cloudy for no reason, and why some people get hot tub rash even in clean water. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what these bacterial cities look like, why chlorine can't touch them, and how Mineralux technology finally gives us a weapon that works. Let me break down biofilms using something you already understand, city planning. Individual bacteria are like homeless people looking for shelter. When they find a nice warm surface in your hot tub, they don't just stick there alone. They call their friends and start building. First, they attach to surfaces, your pipes, jets, behind the pillows. Then they start producing this gooey substance called EPS, extracellular polymeric substance. Think of it as bacterial concrete. They're literally building apartment complexes out of slime. Within 24 hours, you've got a bacterial metropolis with infrastructure. They create water channels for food delivery, waste removal systems, even communication networks. Rocky calls it bacterial SimCity, and he's not wrong. The scariest part? This slime shield they build is like medieval castle walls. It's 1,000 times more resistant to chlorine than individual bacteria. You could dump a bucket of sanitizer in your tub and the biofilm bacteria would barely notice. They're sitting in their fortress, laughing at your chemicals while planning their next expansion. Want to know where biofilms are hiding in your hot tub? Everywhere you can't see. Rocky and I have mapped out the biofilm hot zones, and it's terrifying. Your hot tub has over 100 feet of plumbing. That's a football field worth of surface area for biofilms to colonize. Every jet has dead zones where water barely moves. Your filter isn't catching bacteria, it's farming them. That foam and floating tissue-like flakes you see, often biofilm fragments breaking loose. Here's a horror story. We tested a clean hot tub that had perfect chemistry. The water looked crystal clear, but when we used ATP testing, that's the CSI stuff that detects living organisms, the biofilm load was off the charts. The owner had been soaking in what was essentially bacteria soup with a side of chlorine. The worst part? Some of these biofilm bacteria are genuinely dangerous. Pseudomonas gives you hot tub folliculitis, those painful red bumps. Legionella can cause a potentially fatal pneumonia. And they're all protected behind that slimy shield, multiplying and waiting. Here's why traditional hot tub care is fundamentally broken. And please don't get me started on purging. Asking hot tub owners to semi-annually prove to themselves that your hot tub water care system isn't doing its job. We're fighting 21st century bacteria with 19th century weapons. And please note that chlorine and bromine were designed to kill individual bacteria floating in water. But biofilms? That's like trying to destroy a concrete bunker with a water pistol. When chlorine hits a biofilm, it reacts with the outer slime layer and gets neutralized before reaching any bacteria. The biofilm actually eats your sanitizer for breakfast. Rocky and I have measured sanitizer demand in biofilm-infected tubs. They consume 10 times more chlorine than clean systems. You know that frustration when you add sanitizer at night and it's gone by morning? That's not evaporation. That's biofilms consuming your chemicals faster than you can add them. You're literally feeding the enemy. The industry's dirty secret? Most hot tub problems, cloudy water, odors, rashes, excessive chemical use, they're all biofilm symptoms. We've been treating symptoms for decades while ignoring the root cause. It's like taking painkillers for a broken bone without setting it first. This is where Mineralux changes everything. Instead of trying to blast through the biofilm shield with more chemicals, we do something brilliant. We dissolve the shield itself. Mineralux Cube contains proprietary all-natural mineral fusion ingredients that work like a special forces team. Mineral fusion creates biofilm protection disruption that makes biofilm proteins fall apart. Imagine their concrete turning to pudding. Mineral U Cube acts like a molecular crowbar, breaking the calcium bridges that hold the slime matrix together. And high-performance natural clarifiers in the cube formulation cause all that disrupted biofilm to clump together so your filter can actually catch it. Rocky loves this analogy. Traditional sanitizers are like zombies, mindlessly attacking a fortress wall. Mineralux is like having the fortress blueprints and knowing exactly which supports to remove to bring the whole thing down. Once that protective matrix is gone, regular sanitizers can finally do their job, killing the now exposed bacteria. The result? We've measured a 30 to 40% reduction in sanitizer use while achieving better water quality with less work for your hot tub customers. It's not magic. It's chemistry finally catching up with biology. Let me share what happens when we implement Mineralux in a biofilm-infected hot tub. Fair warning, the first treatment can be dramatic. Let's talk about Mrs. Chen. Her hot tub was a disaster. Cloudy water, foam like a bubble bath, and her family kept getting rashes. Rocky and I added the first Mineralux cube, and within hours, the water turned gray. She panicked, thinking we'd made it worse. I explained we'd just liberated 5 years of biofilm buildup, all that bacteria and slime finally leaving the system. By day 3, her water was clearer than it had been since installation. By week 2, her chlorine use dropped by 60%. By month's end, her daughter's recurring rash was gone, the water stayed crystal clear for weeks, and she actually enjoyed using her hot tub again. We've seen this transformation hundreds of times. Customers who were ready to drain and abandon their hot tubs become evangelical about how easy maintenance has become. That's not marketing. That's what happens when you solve the real problem instead of masking symptoms. Here's your biofilm battle plan using Mineralux technology. First, accept that if your hot tub is over 6 months old and you didn't start it off on the Mineralux water care system, chances are you have biofilms. It's not about cleanliness, it's biology. Start with a drain and cleanse system purge if you've never addressed biofilms before. Rocky and I recommend a deep clean to remove existing buildup. Then, implement weekly Mineralux cube and oxygen treatments. 1 cube per week keeps the biofilm matrix from ever forming. It's like having a permanent force field against bacterial fortresses. The prevention mindset is crucial. You wouldn't wait until you have cavities to start brushing your teeth, right? The same applies to biofilms. Prevention is infinitely easier than removal. Weekly Mineralux treatment costs less than the extra sanitizer biofilms consume, plus you avoid all the associated problems. Monitor your results. Sanitizer should stay stable longer, water clarity improves dramatically, and that hot tub smell disappears. If you're not seeing these improvements within 3 weeks, call us. Something else is going on that needs addressing, but in our experience, 95% of hot tub problems are biofilm related. Let's take a moment to get nerdy about why Mineralux works when everything else fails. The breakthrough is understanding that biofilm strength comes from chemistry, not biology. The EPS matrix. That slime shield is held together by ionic bonds, like molecular Velcro. Calcium and magnesium act as the hooks, polysaccharides and proteins are the loops. Mineralux doesn't try to break through this shield. It removes the hooks entirely. Without calcium bridges, the matrix literally falls apart. The alkaline environment created by Mineralux also triggers a process known as beta elimination. Rocky describes it as molecular scissors cutting the long sugar chains that give biofilms their structure. Once these chains are cut, the bacteria are like soldiers without armor, completely vulnerable to normal sanitizers. This isn't theoretical. We've seen it under microscopes. Before Mineralux. Thick, organized biofilm structures. After treatment. Complete dissolution with individual bacteria exposed and eliminated. It's like watching a fortress turn to dust. The science is so elegant that when I first understood it, I literally got goosebumps. We finally have a solution that works with chemistry, not against it. Here's the bottom line. Every hot tub has BioFilms. They're why maintenance feels like a part-time job, why your water never stays clear, and why hot tub rash exists. You can keep fighting symptoms with ever-increasing chemical doses, or you can eliminate the root cause with Mineralux. Rocky and I have spent years researching and learning, witnessing firsthand the frustration that biofilms cause. We've watched customers give up on hot tubs they spent thousands on because nobody explained what was really happening. That changes today. Mineralux isn't just another chemical, it's an entirely different approach based on understanding biofilm science. When you dissolve the fortress instead of attacking it, everything changes. Your sanitizer works better, your water stays cleaner, and your hot tub becomes what it should be, a source of relaxation, not frustration. Stop accepting cloudy water, disappearing sanitizer, and mysterious rashes as normal. They're not. They're biofilm symptoms, and now you have the knowledge and technology to eliminate them permanently. Your hot tub, your family, and your wallet will thank you.